YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm grinning already. I was going to try not do that too much throughout this video, but I've been grinning non-stop since hitting this 1,000 subscriber mark. Honestly, it's been such a grind, and I'm honestly so thankful and grateful to be able to say I've hit 1,000 subscribers. Oh, thank you guys so much. This channel started off years ago with me just uploading random gaming clips and that sort of thing, which just never really went through for me when I was really just trying to get into the sort of thing. But from watching other YouTubers and taking on advice, I thought Rangers is something that I'm absolutely in love with. It's something that I do week in, week out, so why not try and take that kind of hobby into YouTube? And I knew as well other sort of people were doing it, so I thought, why not? I didn't want to regret not trying it, but I'm so glad I've done it now. It's pushed my channel majorly, especially through this past 6 months is where the real hard work's been coming into the channel, and the growth has been amazing. Thank you every single person. If you've watched, you're currently subscribed, shared it, gave me advice, you all know who you are, and I'm really thankful for it. But for this being the 1000th video, no, we're not quite there yet, the 1000 subscriber special, I've not announced this on Twitter or Instagram or that type of thing, but because I want this to be strictly for my subscribers only, I don't want people just to be jumping in on this just for it. But I am going to be doing a little giveaway because I just want you guys to know how grateful I am for every single one of you that are here and tune into the videos. So it is going to be, just before we jump into the actual main part of the video here, I'm going to be giving away, which is the main prize in the iBooks IQ series, if you guys have seen that, is £20, which is the highest mark there. So I'm going to give away just something generic, a £20 Amazon voucher. So if you guys would like to win that, put in the comments below, just at your Twitter, I'll message you over there. I'm going to leave it maybe just a couple of days, and then I'll message the winner on Twitter. But put down there your favourite Rangers memory with your Twitter to be in for a chance of winning that. And let's get into the video. So guys, the main point in this video was going to be to do a Q&A for you guys to get to know me a little bit better, or just for whatever type of memory and that type of thing you'd like to know that I've got from Rangers games. But so I put a tweet out, put it on Instagram for you guys to ask me any questions you wanted, and we're going to go through some of them and answer them for you now. So the first one I've got here, I've got Lewis and Curtis that both asked this type of similar question. Your questions will be on screen now. It was, what was your first ever Rangers match and roughly when was it? Now this one, so I've always been with my dad, so I've had to go and do the research and ask him, but I believe it was when I was 3 years old. I'm now 23, so yeah, 20 years ago, and it was a match against Dundee United, actually. That's who he said we were playing against that day, and I'm taking his word for it. The next question here is from Nathan. This one is, what's the best atmosphere you've experienced at Ibrox? Now, I haven't been going for the best part of 20 years now. That is a tough question, as there's many times that I've been absolutely shook by the atmosphere here. Still not used to it. Of course, the Old Firm games, they're always special. The European nights are brilliant. I remember the 0-0 against Barca at home. That was brilliant, the card display and that before that. One of the ones that stands out on a European night for me though was the 2-1 win against Stuttgart, like Dutchville's penalty. I think it was Charlie Adams' first goal. I think I'm right on that one, but that atmosphere was brilliant that day because Stuttgart brought a good amount of fans as well. They had their fans extended just a bit along the Broomloan as well, so it was both sets of fans are brilliant that day, and that's one of the atmospheres that stand out the most to me. And speaking of special atmospheres, two videos that went out quite recently on my channel are the 2 wins against Celtic we've got in their past 2 games at Ibrox against them, the 1-0 win and the 2-0 win. Both amazing days, both unreal atmospheres. So it's proper like the good old days, and just wish the atmosphere was like that every week at Ibrox, to be honest. For this next question here, I'm going to, it's a kind of combination of 2 questions here. We've got Kyle who asked this, and also Scott that asked this. Their questions are down here below. It was, Scott's just said here, congratulations on 1k subs. Here's my question. Who influenced you to become a Rangers fan and a season ticket holder? And then obviously we've got when did you first get your season ticket? My first season ticket was when I was 4 years old, so this is going to be my 19th year as a season ticket holder. I started off in the Broomland front, actually pretty much online with the goals. That's like the height I was at. That was when my dad thought and the family thought I was just a wee bit too young to be experiencing the Old Firm games yet, so that's why we got the ticket for the Broomland back then. That was when the trumpets and that were out from the Blue Order back then. I still get great memories from that. I think I sat there for maybe about 6 years before moving into the, well, what's now known as the Sandy Jardine front, which was sitting over towards the Copeland end, literally on line with the penalty spot, maybe like 10 rows or something up from the front. Sat there for literally, albeit until 2012 I sat there, because as soon as Rangers, all that shenanigans happened, so from the 3rd division, got my season ticket for the main stand. I sit in SE5 now, just basically in behind the Rangers bench, and I've sat there since 2012. Been literally every single home game I've been to, every single league match I've been to, always there. It's just something that I've always been drummed into me. And the next thing is, who has influenced you to become a Rangers fan? It is 100% my dad. He's Rangers daft all his life. His dad Rangers daft all his life. They've grown up, born and bred, and literally before I could even walk and talk, Rangers was drummed into me. My rooms are always Rangers growing up, and I'm so thankful that that's something that he got me into, because it's literally brought me into a family. It is a proper institution, is what you've heard many people say before, and it's not like any other football clubs. It's a total way of life. And I'm so thankful that he's brought me up to be the way I am and totally in love with Rangers. And it's something we've always had a season ticket together, so it's something we're always doing together, so that's obviously good for us. He was always buzzing for me turning 18 to go to the Loud and start getting our pints together, so we've been doing that for the past 5 years now, and yeah, it's amazing. We've got millions of memories at Ibrox together so far, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Next question I've got here, not exactly Rangers related, this one. There was one or two that went Rangers related, and Stu is asked this. Of course there's still wipe. What kind of freak do you think I am? And if you don't wipe, you're a freak too. Next question here is from Jeeb1872, who is my YouTube dad. He's asked, what was my favourite match ever? Now, that's a proper on the spot question, that, because the atmosphere one's hard enough, but favourite match... of course, how can I not say just the Old Firm victories? The Old Firm victories are, of course, you've got the good European nights, but nothing beats beating them. And some of the best ones I've got was the one that I think if they came to Ibrox, they were going to win the league. We went 3-0 up against them, won at Lee Wallace. Ross was scoring in there. I believe Naismith scored that game as well. But there's so many. There was of course the semi-final when Mr. Mark Warburton, the genius that he is, with that shit team, we played them off the park that day, and of course it was still went to penalties, but that moment it almost felt very clearly we actually weren't, but at the time it really felt as if we were back, because that's us. We've made our way back up through these divisions, we've beat Celtic, it felt like we were really coming back into things. But that moment, see when Rogic missed that penalty, and I actually went to the game myself that day because it was hard to get the tickets for Hampden. I went myself. My dad actually got brought up in the ballot, but he gave his ticket to me kindly, thank you again, and that was one of the best moments ever. See when he missed that penalty, of course, after the sheer elation at first of everyone going mental and hugging each other and everything that goes on, and then I stood up about 7 rows down from where I was, from my original seat, and I just stood for a second and I just looked around and admired everything. It was amazing. You get literally grown men, tears of happiness, everyone hugging, everyone just literally, see if I literally, it's always a photographic memory, that exact moment in my head, just the sheer delight on everyone's faces. It's something that I'll never ever forget. Got this question here from Lewis, which was, what was the favourite away game that I've ever been to? Now, believe it or not, I've not been to millions of away games. I've been to all the home games. That's just been my thing, really. But honestly, I don't think I've been to more than, well, certainly not a full season's worth anyway of away games. But one that stands out, there's probably 2 that are pretty good, like from my experiences, because I've not been to millions, to be fair. The one that Hugo scored that amazing overhead kick against Celtic, that is actually my first away game. That goal he scored in the 1-0 win at Parkhead. What a goal that was. Another one that I have to say stands out for me, because it was one of the ones I've been to, was it last year, 2 years ago, when Hearts were playing at Murrayfield and Rangers took about 10 or 12,000, whatever it was, to there, and just absolutely basically took over the stadium, had that full, it was amazing. The atmosphere like that, as you can imagine, was absolutely electric. Another special mention for away days would be actually going down to Sheffield Wednesday in the pre-season friendly of 2 years. Well, Pedro was here anyway, so we went down, was it 12,000 or something that went down there, and that weekend was an absolute blast. That is part of my video on the channel if you want to go back and look at it, the Rangers FC best fans in the world. A lot of the clips from that are in there. That weekend was mental, the atmosphere was insane, the full game. There was a little nightclub type area that all the fans went to before it as well, and that was just a big sash bash before it. But that's definitely got to be up there, one of my favourite away days ever. This from Thomas about my favourite Rangers player ever. Been so many over the years that I'd absolutely love. Probably for me, I would just say Nacho Novo for me is probably one that stands out. Just for when I was basically growing up, he was one of the main guys in the team. I love his passion for Rangers, the passion he gave. Although I know he's not like one of the best players we've ever had, but just the passion, the commitment that he gave to the team, and he was pretty entertaining off the pitch as well. So for that reason, I'll just give him as my answer as my favourite player. Got a pretty interesting here from Ewan. He's asked what's your favourite moment as a Rangers fan and what's one dream you have for your life. So it's a bit more of a personal question, this one, I like it. As for my favourite moment as a Rangers fan, I think I've been through enough like really good memories that stand out for me so far, so I'm not going to go over that one again. But what's one dream you have for your life? Now, if we're talking from a personal standpoint, I would have to say it's doing something in my life that I can be happy with and would ideally make other people happy. So, of course, I've always had the dream since growing up, being a little kid, literally as soon as I could walk, from when I could crawl basically, always had a ball with my feet. Being a professional footballer is something that I've always dreamed of doing. I'm 23 now, so of course the chances of that are like not 0.1%, as I'm also getting older. But hey, a dream's a dream, eh? You never know. I'm still keeping that dream alive. It's a dream for a reason, in it. Something you're always working towards, and something that you, dream about. So a professional footballer is certainly one. A second one would be to be involved in YouTube and like have that as a job. So I've thought, oh, here I am now, I've hit 1,000 subscribers. Of course, that's just a small stepping stone on the way to things, but being a YouTuber, because it's something that I'm so passionate about, I'm talking about and doing things that I'm really passionate about, it's a dream, a total dream to have that as a job. Obviously, I know I'm nowhere near that level, but of course it's a dream that I would like to have. And another one, which is a more realistic thing, is I'm currently training to be like a personal trainer as well. It's something that I've worked, I've been to college for. I've got quite a few qualifications in that field, so I'm working towards being a personal trainer and fitness sort of person. I've done that for probably about 3 years now. For the past year and a half, 2 years, I've been at the gym, you're talking at least 5 days a week. So that's something I'm really passionate about, and that's also a career of mine that I'd like to pursue. We've got Snags here who's asked best. Moving on. So going into the last question of this episode, we've got Hannah, who has asked, who do you love more, me or Rangers? I've got to say Hannah, guys. Yeah, it's definitely Hannah. Sitting at the other side of the screen. What do you mean you heard it? It was just for the video, I was only kidding on. Of course it's you. Hannah! So guys, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me and some best memories within Rangers and the Rangers family. But that's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for helping me on my way to reaching 1,000 subscribers. And if you are here and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so if you enjoy the content. We'll see you in the next one, and thank you guys for watching.